It's time to look at the changes to the IGVF data portal for the month of August 2025. Hello, I'm Forrest Tanaka. I helped develop the user interface for the IGVF data portal. Let's start with 8.62, Catalog 1.0 Collection Badge. I don't believe we have any data on production, or any release data anyway, on production with this, so I'm going to look at a local development copy of the website, so the data is fake, pretty much, and so that we can look at this new collections badges, or one collection badge. We've had these IGVF collection badges for a while, for beta 0.1, 0.2, and so on, but now we've released this new badge for IGVF Catalog 1.0. So hopefully you'll start seeing those. Let's see, display file page workflow tables and file table workflows. Yeah, so let's go look at some file pages and look for their workflows. And here's one here. And if we go here, we can look at the workflow table right here. So this is a new table showing the workflows associated with files. The other change related to this is if we go to, say, an analysis set, let's look for some files. How does this look? Maybe this one? And yeah, so on file tables, not sequence file tables, but just regular file tables, we have this new column for workflows, which link to the corresponding workflow page. And the last one for 8.62 is an internal issue. We've started changing some of the properties of objects so that if no data exists, instead of sending across I'm talking about just array properties. Instead of sending across that property with an empty array, some of them are just don't have that property exist at all. Whereas the user interface was expecting the empty array. So I went through all instances of this and made sure that the user interface was fine, whether it was an empty array or no property at all. Okay, let's go to 8.63, fix HDNC links. That affected gene pages, and I believe this was a change in the link form, but I don't quite remember. But anyway, notice this has a HDNC link for a while. I don't know how long. These links have not been working. I think they went to a 404 page, but we've updated the link so that they link to the correct thing. Okay, use preferred assay titles on homepage chart. Yeah, this was in response to a submitter request. Some of these, we were using assay term names for these, if I can highlight them. And some of these are just so long that they went off the left edge. And that wasn't really the right thing to use anyway. We now have the preferred assay name, and so that's what we use here. That's sort of the more familiar name, and they tend to be quite a bit shorter. So we don't have that problem of running off the left edge. And these are names that people are more familiar with. Group and sort sequence file tables. Let's look at measurement sets for that one. Let's just look at the files. Yeah, this should be good. And we used to display a table a lot like any other file table, but now sequence results are their own kind of file table. For one thing, they're no longer sortable. Notice there's nothing you can click here to make it sort, because we have a predefined sorting method. And we also group them. by lane. So you notice lane 3 are all in this dark background color, and then lane 4 are all in this lighter one, and then we just alternate. Lane 5, go to the next page, we've got all of lane 6. And within each group, it's sorted by Illumina read type. So hopefully that's more useful for seeing how the sequence results are basically grouped in your minds, and hopefully we're showing that here as well. Let's see, use samples instead of applied to samples. I believe this was on construct library sets. So we used to have an applied to sample property that no longer exists because now it's called samples. If we go here, and they now show up under the samples table instead of the applied to samples table. Okay, that's 8.63. Let's go to 8.64. Sample summaries in file graph file set modal. Okay, so let's look at analysis sets. Ones with a decent set of files to show this. This might do it. Yes. And so now if we select a file set in the graph, which has these rounded corners, and to bring up its modal, we now show the sample summaries, which we weren't doing that before. Add assay title tooltips to assays table page. That's under resources, and then go to assays, and we have this table. And now we have little help tips for the preferred assay titles and the assay name to explain what each of these mean. And if you want, you can copy this text. Okay, that was it for 8.64, and we end with the release this week of 8.65, Illumina read types column in the seek file table. Let's see, I think that was under configuration files. Whoa. Seek spec of. Yeah. So for the seek spec file of table, we now show this column, the Illumina read type column. In fact, this is the same kind of table as the sequence results table, whereas before it was just a regular file table. So again, you can't sort these, and if there's enough files with different lanes, you'll see these grouped with the background colors. Add pipeline parameters and primer designs to analysis set page. So analysis sets, let's look at pipeline parameters and primer designs. So this pipeline parameters column, or the property, can point to either documents or tabular files. This one just has documents, but now they show up right here. And if there's a mix of documents and tabular files, then you'll see two tables: pipeline parameters documents and pipeline parameters files. And the other one was, the primer designs. Let's go back. I can't look at that one because those aren't released. Let's look for another one. Oh, there's probably one there. Yes. So primer design files, right here. Okay, so that is it for the month of August 2025. I hope these changes are useful to you, and I will see you in September.